line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind.
Introducing RS30 Ultra. The first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. Officially licensed by Microsoft, RS30 brings next-level realism to your racing sims. Sense the road. Know your vehicle. And get faster lap times as you tear through the track. Dual helical gear motors give you more torque than traditional gear drive motors, with the same smoothness and quietness of a belt drive motor. Experience a stunning 6 Nm of torque, the most torque per dollar than any other wheel, and fast, accurate feedback with 0 dead zones. Feel every nuance and know exactly when you're understeering, oversteering, or losing traction. Spring-loaded pedals give you responsive throttle modulation and brake progression for absolute control and precision, just like the real thing. 2 additional pedals can be used as clutch and e-brake, or as pedal-free throttle and brakes. A rotation switch lets you easily toggle between simulation racing and arcade-style racing. Even the diameter of the wheel is calibrated to exact race car specifications. And an easy share button lets you save and share your best laps with a simple push. From the metal build to the suede wheel and steel pedals, every detail is dialed to give the entire system a high-end feel. Get better, go faster, win more, and enjoy every second of it. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. RS30 Ultra by GTR Simulator. Go fast.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I started trying them over the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
You need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles. There's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wraps. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wraps. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wraps, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Under the night lights are down in Bristol, Tennessee, there is a one word, one phrase we've known all this long and all this time. And that's it's Bristol, baby! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Bristol, Tennessee, Bristol Motor Speedway Zone. The half-mile track now back on the showcase, and it's time to see what goes down and what plays out here in the track. Time to find ourselves a race winner here today. I am the Crusader Christian Shar. Join you here, guys, tonight. Let's get down to business as always here with the Gearhead Coffee 120 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Solid lineup, big field of drivers ready to go out of here. We'll start them on our pole, with Jason Henry in number 3 is outside. Levy Matthew Hoffer in the 84. Row number 2, that is, of course, going to be Tyler Ork in the 8s outside. Corey Reed, pilots 27. Row number 3 is Thad Failer in the 42 is outside. Dustin Sonaker, pilots up in the number 9. Pilots up is number 50. Row number 4, William Mann Sr. in the 57 is outside. His son, William Mann Jr., 29. Row 5, Robert Collins, 21 is outside. Dennis Warren's in the 90. And row 6, see Chantel Otto in the 5 and Mike Rideout in the 76. Rounding out your field in this one to start. Colin, by the way, will have to be serving a EOL from last week, unfortunately. So he'll have a little bit of work to do there and a little bit of stuff to kind of figure out down there. Field set to go here, and don't pay no mind to the number 27 there, Corey Reed. Unfortunately, I think he might have a little bit of a problem down there with his paint scheme not popping up on our end here. It could be his end, who knows here. We've seen it happen before here, so we'll cut him a break. We at least know he's the only plain white car out on the track. You'd think they'd at least give him some spray paint to at least get that thing in there. Oh well. They'll fire him off down turn number 4 here. Double filed in to the restart zone, and we're off and run. The Gearhead Coffee 120 is now underway. Fire him hard off the first set of corners here, and this is going to be, really to me, what sets the drivers from the men and the women here. The boys will have to watch themselves. The girls will have to keep themselves under control. Either way, you're really going to have a lot of work to really deal with around here. A lot of hard racing on this short track. This is one of my personal favorite tracks to race on back from NASCAR heat days. Maybe not so much now in our day and age on iRacing for a variety of reasons, but it is a challenge and a half to say the least, and it can bring out the best in any kind of drivers out here. Corey Reed right now trying to hang in there with the 57 of William Mann Sr. As Tyler Work in the 8 kind of watches out from the behind with the 5 Chantel Bottle already making her way through the field a little bit. So far so good here, as now even Con, Robert the Rattlesnake now moving the chains up a little bit. He's already making a hard charge to some of these boys. The first up on his hit list was the DeeDub button box number 90 of Dennis Warrens. Warren's got a pretty good pass on by there, had nowhere to really get out from and get away from in that transition. Kevin Baker in the A7 doing much of the same with the Toyota Supra. This is just something you're going to see a lot today here, as of course is the hard racing aspect of these drivers, and as well as the hard battles that they'll rage here. A lot of drivers are going to try to stay towards the middle end of the first part of this race and kind of migrate up to the bottom or top side. Generally top side's where most of the speed's going to come from, but it's very loose up there, so expect drivers to really be taking their time and really aiming towards the long run. Stage break will be at lap number 50 here. We'll have the full 120 laps so on this presented on the show one way or another. We're not going to go without a showcase here, as the 21 Robert Kahn, despite being put back in the lead earlier on, now just completely hammered down time here in the number 21. He's firing quick, he's firing hard. Kahn with a big boost of speed around the track and around the turns here, continues to just migrate the car around and continually just to build speed around here in that Toyota Racing Development DRD 21 Subaru. Onboard camera shows a little bit of a battle going on between Mike Rideout down there as well here with Dennis Warrens in that field. Rideout trying to get a run off on the MRN Chevrolet Camaro with Kevin Baker and the Toyota Supra right ahead of him. Still no luck there, no roll of the dice, if you will, here. Obviously, drivers still being very patient, very conservative, as Matthew Hofford has a second and a 7/10 of a second lead over Jason Henry and Corey Reed, as we go on with the all-play white Corey Reed. His car may be plain, but his personality, his drive is certainly anything but. Whoa, a little trouble down there. Unfortunately, though, looks like Dustin Sonaker comes to a stop. So does Kevin Baker, and the 87 yellow flag is out. And a stoppage in the race here. We'll charge up for our first look at the PTM Instant Replay here, brought to you in part today by Who's Motorsports. Take a look at this one here. Looks like up top side, everything looked okay here. Up right ahead. Ooh. And Dennis Warrens in the 90 and the 57 of William Mann getting clipped in there. You saw the 50. Getting a good look at that as well. I don't know if he knew what happened exactly, what went wrong in that scenario. Take a look at it from another angle here. See William Mann up top. And Tyler Orrick and him looks like maybe a slight bit of the Glitchcraft Gremlins coming out and attacking. Kind of hard to tell from that angle there. We'll let you guys be the judge on that one. That's a tough break though there for William Mann. Now he's got some damage up on that Dunder Mifflin number 57 machine. So the field will have to kind of take their pace, take their aims, take their shots again. A half a mile like this here, it's going to be extremely difficult for drivers to want to not put some bumpers together, put some fenders in between. But with these drivers, this lineup, anything's possible around here. Tonight's race for the Gearhead Coffee 120 here at Bristol Motor Speedway has been brought to you in part by our good friends over at GTR Racing Simulator. Welcome to the future, GTR Racing Simulator. It's not that we broke the mold, we just never used one. By our friends over at DeeDub Button Boxes. Quality button boxes made your way. DeeDub Button Boxes always has you covered. By the Butt Kicker Company. Best in performance for feeling real tracks on the virtual world. The Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. And by the title sponsor, Gearhead Coffee. Whether you're wrenching on your vehicle at home garage or servicing customers at your automotive repair facility or dealership, Gearhead Coffee provides a unique premium quality coffee that keeps your motor running. And right now the field getting squared back away here for this restart here. The driver's getting paced into the field again. Some having to opt into pit road here, some having to get a little bit cleaned up on the track side. Lights are off on the pace car now here as Shinto Pottle get out of pit road. William Mann Sr. goes into pit road now. No doubtably trying to fix some of that damage up on that 57. There's a lot of damage he suffered. We'll see if he takes the instant repair. He does indeed. He looks like he's going to take the risk here. I'll have to charge around with the 5 Chantel Pottle, as those two drivers certainly will be putting up a fight, putting on a little bit of a show here. Coming from the outhouse to get back up to that White House. Yeah, William Mann was doing pretty good there. It looked like maybe the Glitchcraft Gremlins kind of attacked him a little bit on that end with Tyler Orr, because it didn't look like contact was really made until they were already pretty much in bumped and run territory. But off of corner number 4 here, we get the drivers squared away again, and we're back on the pace, back on the field. Drivers back out as William Mann Sr. will try to kid back up with this field. Pouring them on down the first set of corners into the next set of runs. Look out for the rattlesnake once again. Corey Reed knows that Colin's been saving up a little bit more tires than him and knows he can always come up and just pretty much take any position he wants away. Matthew Hoffer driving his tail end off right now up front, trying to hold on, trying to hang on for this one. Doing everything he can at this very age of this moment. Working them on in off of corner number 4 though still. Ooh, whoa, a little bump and tag. Corey Reed gets a keys there of the 29, William Mann Jr. And Mann Jr., I guarantee you right now, probably either cussing at that setup or he's literally cussing at the steering wheel thinking this is Bristol alright, but I'm getting tired of doing that nonsense. He's been on the, he's not a youngster when it comes to these kind of races. He knows what it takes here and what happens around here. That failure right now, a lap down, trying to get that lap back with the Imperium number 42 Chevrolet, trying to get some speed going for him and his crew. The 87 though, Kevin Baker right up ahead of him here, trying to hold his line down, trying to hold him off. Dad trying to make a charge down the bottom range, down straights, gets another run there, looks for it. And looks like he might not have enough here as Chantel Throttle Pottle using her fresher set of tires and her fresher set of her car up around the high bank ends of this track. The only tracks I can really compare this place to is obviously the mainstays of the dirt track scene, as well as the obvious one, which is, well, Slinger Super Speedway. That's the main one I can think of off the top of my head, besides Southern National, which is actually on the service. But Super Slinger Speedway, man, I'll tell you one thing, that track, that place really tests even the best of drivers as much as it tests a lot of great drivers. And it even made one guy by the name of Alan Kowicki, you may have heard of him. Might be a former champion, former Cup Series victor, and actually won here at Bristol quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know, but it's kind of hard to do. But I mean, hey, he made it look pretty easy out here, and I think it all came down to this just timing and strategy he's had to learn from another track that is very similar to this. But really, it's all about driving it hard in on the entries and then hard off on the exits. You still have to be a little soft in that middle section, though, really, because you got to watch out for those corners, watch out for those turns. Because there's a little tricky spot down in those middle sections where you're just pretty much almost like lead-footing it. With so much speed, so much rhythm here, the drivers continue to keep on down, keep on at it. And again, it really just seemed like it was just that one little bobble, that one little mistake there on that front straightaway that got everyone a little bit sideways, a little bit lonky here. Tyler Work up top side, getting Thad Failure out of his way. Thad trying to just move the chains up a little bit more and hope for the best here. Even when he gets up to the front, though, you know, he's going to have a burnt-up set of car here. And Robert Kahn, the 21, with a huge lead and a huge gain, still absolutely bombing the speed away and bombing the run off from everybody out here. William Mann Jr. here, number 29, living by the motto, you praise hell, you race hell, and you praise Dale. And right at the moment, this track, if any there was a track that he knew he had to listen to that code of the honor, I think it may be this one. This track is just suitable for that style of racing, but at the same time, it can be a little bit known as dirty racing to some folks. But to me, it is only under certain circumstances that really should ever be involved. But in this league, I guarantee you, they will not be trying to let them get too crazy with it. And you get to see the struggle with that 5 right now, what she's dealing with. Even on a fresher set, that car is struggling to hold line down on the top side here. With the final laps remaining here before we get to the stage break. Those that have tuned on in right now, first off, thank you so much. Second off, be sure to share this one around a little bit. Show some love to your favorite driver and let us know down in the comment section below what you think so far. Jason Henry in the number 3 right now in a little bit of a scruffle as he kind of clips up that bottom end there of the 42 with that failure, while the 84 of Matthew Hoffert trying to stay out of that wall protection. But you can see that machine, the Gearhead Coffee, designed up 84, is struggling to stay on rhythm and stay on point. It's so difficult to really watch your corners and watch your inches because this track just wants to burn you out. It wants to tear you up quite a bit. We've seen some of the best here even get taken for a little bit of a tailwind. And right now, the fact that Khan is really as far as he has out right now just shows me again that he is a man on a mission constantly, time and time again. He's pretty much what I like to call kind of the Greg Janziks, the Parker Whites, you know, any of the Boyd Hoggins, you know, those guys that come out here and just completely tear it up out here, no matter who they are, no matter where they're at. It doesn't matter. They'll just go out there and race you like it's literally their last race on earth, and they don't care what happens next. They will burn the tires in, they'll burn the cars up, and yet they still seem to be so darn fast, so darn quick. Oh, we're gonna have a little bit of a clink. We're gonna have a little bit of a close encounter of the third kind with these drivers now up front. In the back of the pack here, battle for the top 5. As Hofford right now is the gatekeeper of it, but he's got Dennis Warrens on that inside. Then he's got the 5 right behind him, and the 87 kind of closing in, as well as Tyler Ork and the 8 just kind of right behind that run, and then Mike Rideout just holding up the rear, if you will. Multiple drivers trying to find multiple angles, but the thing is, they're giving each other a lot of respect down there. They know they can't overdrive corners. They can't get a little too crazy. They got to be careful, and that's exactly what they are doing right now. When they find openings, they go for it, but they don't run it to where it's going to break their car down. And that 5 gets a little run out there as Mike Rideout gets into there with the 87. The 87 and Rideout have crashed in. Kevin Baker and them both colliding on the front straightaway here. The caution is out. Interesting circumstance here. Let's take a look at the replay. We saw Baker look like he was kind of all over the place there for a minute, but Rideout was also struggling a little. We'll take a look at the replay here yet again. Baker seemed to be struggling to keep the car on line and see if maybe he came down. Oh, it was a slight tap there from the 76, but he did catch the inner wear there. He actually caught it right just below. As you see, we're going to take a look at the onboard camera here again. And they're saying the officials are going to give him the EOL for this one. Looked like he just caught the apron slightly there. You can see right there, he caught it and then brought it right up at the A7. Baker had nowhere to go, and both drivers kind of going for a wild ride. That's just old Bristol for you, though. Bristol never seems to fail when it comes to getting drivers all squirrely and out of place and out of shape and out of mind and out of sight. That much is for sure. Hold on, technical difficulties on our end here, folks. We're going to try to get that stream to straighten up. There we go. We got it to work now. Field getting squared away right now as you're approaching the stage break. The stage break, I believe, will be hit here on lap 50, so I think they'll go one time around and then just let them run off from there, or they'll just let them continue on. Hard to really say what their game set is and their mindset's going to be, but I would presume they're going to go just till it hits lap 50. Pace lights are turning off on the pace car now. Dennis Warren, Chantel Pottle, Matthew Hoffert staying out. Con, William, and all of them will go into pit road. They want to get a fresh set of tires, fresh set of fuel, but I think really their strategy is based on how the car is handling and how the car is given to them right now. Maybe a good strategy, it could be a very clever strategy, or it could be a really, really bad strategy. We'll soon find out here in just a minute. Off the corner. Off the corner ends of turn number 4 this time on by. We'll bring the pace car around town and back into its little playground here. Top 5 going to shoot out a little bit here. And they're going to go green. And a little bit of bumping and banging out of the gate here. I don't know. Maybe there was a slower start than maybe they were expecting, but that was definitely a hard charge there. Dennis Warren's still having to go down, blocking the 5's run. Warren's trying to hold her off as Pottle tries to get a charge back at Warren's here. Con's already going topside. He wants to get all the position he can. Pottle burned up tires too much. Con driving it straight into the ground, into the dirt. Looking to get Warren's here for the stage break. Not enough, though. That will go to Dennis Warren's in the 90. No points, though. That really was just bragging rights there. And mainly also, it really is it's a pit strategy developmental. It's actually very good when it comes to figuring out what they want to do with that car later. So they knew going in this was a mandatory halfway caution, halfway break. So they will get some time to recuperate, time to regenerate. Race fans, when we come back, the action's just getting hot around here at Bristol. And you know, sooner or later, somebody gonna get that bumper. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, is presented also in part by our good friends over at Ooze Motorsports. Don't think we're cheating because you think you're fast. By Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net, matching your want with your wallet. They're always bringing out the best PC at the right price. By Man's Maintenance, you want it done right? You call a man. By Barrytown Cleaners, when you got yourself a mess, Barrytown Cleaners can help fix that up for you. By Lightning Wraps, most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wraps looks to bring out the best designs in all of your livery. By Southern Country Co., the trusted company to get your designs in your day-to-day life. And by Grid Finder, the best way to find a new league. Filter your search by race area, geographical region, gaming platform, race sim, and car class. Do you need a broadcaster, livery designer? Search Grid Finder, the home of online racing. When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wraps. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wraps. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wraps, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to PTM Racing TV, still live here at Bristol, Tennessee, and Bristol Motor Speedway's track. Field coming off their halfway caution here in front of lap 50, as the stage break simply simplified some hard races, some hard runs, and showed who really can get the best of their equipment. But also, I think it showed something majorly important: the acquaintance of fresher tires and more fuel inside the car. We saw a minute ago where Robert Kahn had a strong set of tires on that car versus what Pottle and Dennis Warren's had on their ends. Dennis would outclass Mr. Cron by about a half a car length right to the line there, but unfortunately he knew one thing was for sure: if it wasn't for his blocking tactics, had he down the 5 as well as the 21, it would have really gone to them there in this case. So with 65 laps now needing to be completed, fuel strategy going to definitely come into play. 50% fuel in these cars, only 3 sets of tires outside of the one they've already got on their car. Really makes for some hard racing, some hard battling. Fuel gets prepared to go back at it now. Coming off the ends of turn number 4 this time on by. Sling him around downtown, back to the front straightaway we go. The Gearhead Coffee 120 is back in session. I'm not really sure what that flagman's up to down there. Literally waiting until the last minute to get them going, but boy, he sure makes them wait patiently to get that green out. Patience is a virtue we know too well on these tracks before here. As right now the battle between the 8 of Tyler Orrick as well as the 27 of Corey Reed continues to fight on. Mike right out in pit road at the moment here. It looks like he might have some mechanical problems down there. He's entered in the pits, trying to get maybe some fuel and some tires set up on his car to help him get back in this. William Mann Sr. with no fast repairs left has got to be careful for these last couple laps, as Thad Failer has now brought the 42 Imperium back on lead lap and in tension for a run. Failer trying to make a move on that 57 here as the 57 tries to hold bottom lane down with the 84 of Hoffer. Hoffer got a good run out of the gate. He's qualified really well, and pretty much from there just kind of hanged on for all it was worth. William Mann Sr. really trying to hold that line down on the middle to the bottom as the 42 kind of pushes and shoves him up a little bit on the track. And William Mann crashing it right down on the front straightaway, clips by Kevin Baker there. The 87 and then wrecking hard off. And a huge problem ensuing down here on the track. Well, there is good news to the 57. It's that he doesn't really have to worry too much about all the damage he suffered there, because he was already kind of in trouble. But unfortunately, his instant repairs are gone, and this was really just an errant maneuver. You can see him right there. He caught that flat spot, charged it too hard. Car's gone, and he had nowhere to go. Kevin Baker clips him. And unfortunately, nothing really he can do about that. We'll see how bad the damage is on that 57. It looks like the damage is pretty severe for the corners. Car's trying to get in there. Smoke coming out of the transmission. That is not good. That is not good on that 57. He's going to have a lot of work to do, and I guarantee you he's not going to be happy about this one. What a tough break there for the 57. Definitely looked like he was getting some speed going, some momentum burrowing his way. And unfortunately, everything just kind of changed up on him. So the last of the beast, if you will, the man beast, from Papa Beast to the man beast himself, William Mann Jr. right now, the last of his kind, for at least his family-wise sake, on this track today, as he'll have to now find a way to get around Robert Kahn, that 21. And Kahn really all day long has just been lights out on this track, not giving an inch, not giving anybody a chance here to really breathe or even think about it. I'm interested to see if he'll be able to keep that going, keep that momentum flowing throughout this race. Dustin Sonaker, though, let me tell you something about this cat right here, man. The first time I ever really got better at racing and was starting to get something kind of dialed in on tracks and everything, it was literally at Bristol. And I had the lead and all that and set for a good race and a good tone to finish. but I fell short of the fuel and I fell short of my tire mileage compared to my other drivers behind me. But Dustin Sonaker wise, man, did he completely shock us all that day. It would be his first win in so long, he said, and he was literally so excited for that. He got an Xfinity win of all things too. It was one of the biggest victories he said in his career, and he said every time he goes to Bristol, he always thinks, I've just got to outlast the field like I do everywhere else, but just a little bit better, and I'll be able to survive. Well, right now he's not going to be too off pace, too off cornering, I would hope, because now he's got some work to do here with that 21 to 29 in front of him, as well as the heavy hitters behind him, Warrens, Reed, and Ork right now looking to try and make a charge on him. TRD 21 PTM Racing TV machine and the man's maintenance 29 right on the outside of him as they swing him off down off corner number 3 going into turn number 4. We'll line it back up in position, get this one back on the crazy train. Let's race him out yet again here at Bristol. Off the first set of corners here, look at this. Look at this, the man beast, William Mann Jr. up on top side of the old Camp 29, gets a good run on that 21. He's charging hard now. Mann Jr. still without a win first off, and second he's without a win ever on PTM Racing TV. Is tonight gonna be his night? I think Colin right now is just kind of being patient with him here. He knows he is not gonna let up too quick, not too far off. But there is some serious speed and momentum coming their way around as we got problems down in turn number 2. Trouble for the drivers. And trouble be a brewing here. Let's take a look at the replay. Kind of came right out, a little drift up. Whoa. I mean, that was kind of a soft hit there. I don't know about that one, folks. We'll take another look at the replay. That one looked like it might have been the 42 kind of catching him on the rear end with the tires actually spinning up slightly. You see they're close here. Ooh. That looked like Reed's rear end slid down slightly, and then Failer's end did the exact same thing. I'm not sure I can really call that one anything other than a racing incident. I think that will go to the judges. And usually the judges are the fans down here as well as the admins afterwards, so they'll take care of that for us. But what a wild, wild little circumstance there. Field will get squared away yet again here, race fans, and when we come back here, there's still chances and opportunities to strike it hard and strike it big. Can any of these drivers find it? We'll find out when we return. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you in part by our good friends over at GTR Racing Simulator. Welcome to the future, GTR Racing Simulator. It's not that we broke the mold, we just never used one. By DeeDub Button Boxes, quality button boxes made your way. DeeDub Button Boxes, they'll always has you covered. By the Butt Kicker Company, best in performance for feeling real tracks in the virtual world. The Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. By Gearhead Coffee, whether you're wrenching on your vehicle in the home garage or servicing customers at your automotive repair facility or dealership, Gearhead Coffee provides a unique premium quality coffee that keeps your motor running. By Ooze Motorsports, don't think we're cheating because you think you're fast. By FVGPC.net, matching your want with your wallet. FVGPC.net will always bring out the best PC at the right price. By Man's Maintenance, you want it done right, you call a man. But Berrytown Cleaners, when you got yourself a mess, Berrytown Cleaners can help fix that right up. by Lightning Wraps, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wraps looks to bring out the best designs in your libraries. By Southern Country Co., the trusted company to get your designs in your day-to-day life. And by Grid Finder, the best way to find a new league. Filter search by race day, your geographic region, gaming platform, race sim, and car class. Your broadcaster libraries are search Grid Finder, the home of online racing. And speaking of online racing, race fans, I think it's about time we cut this up a notch and cut this one up a few spots off of corner number 4. We're back to the action. We're back to the racing aspect of this one. Green back on out. Oh, how I just love to put the pedal to the metal, don't you all? Well, I'll tell you one guy that loves to do it more than anything. It's simply that 21. The Rattlesnake has now stolen the victory away here yet again from the lead, I should say, from the Mammies William Mann Jr. as the field starts to kind of creep on in and pull the positions in just a little bit further into the run. About 40 laps remaining here. That's not a whole lot for Bristol. That's pretty much like a 10-lap race shootout if you're anywhere else on the 1.5 tracks. And this is where things get very, very interesting. This is where now pacing strategies and tires come into play as fields come into hard racing modes. And it seems like though Corey Reed and Thad Failer can't seem to escape each other. They wrecked each other out. Now they don't know what the heck to do with each other. Both drivers in a side-by-side heat and a scruffle, if you will, looking for position, looking for aim and a target. Down on the enter, William Mann Sr. trying to stay out of the way of other drivers as he comes back onto the speed, pacing back up for the 57. Had a lot of damage he had suffered through earlier. Kevin Baker, well, he's not exactly quitting yet either. Give credit where credit's due to both those drivers, man. These guys are giving it everything they have and then some to try to stay out of the race, but I don't know. I don't know if that will end up lasting them long enough for this case. William Mann Jr. though, God, good Lord Almighty, I don't know how many more times this cat can go without getting a race win already. He's literally got to be the most unluckiest driver, or he's literally the driver that they can't seem to find victory lane just because of some circumstances he cannot control. I'm telling you though, it will happen this year. We're gonna get it in this year. We had 1 year where it didn't even happen. It came so close, like what, 12 times? I think sooner or later the bridesmaid will change and he's not going to have that issue no more. Laps winding down, clicking away here, and you see Dennis Warren's kind of creeping up there on William Mann Jr. Lap times will tell the tale, and here's what it looks like. That sea of green, that means you have caught the lead car on your spot. That means you're jockeying for position. That means you've got something that you're looking for, and they have something that you need. But unfortunately, when you see orange, well, it's not Halloween yet, so unfortunately, Michael Myers can't save you now. And it seems that will end up slowing you down a little bit. You don't have the speed, you don't have the run, so you're going to have to try a little harder is what that means. I think Mann Jr. is very well aware of that, and he knows he's just got to stay on his tempo, stay on his pace. He can't overdrive the corners. He can go about full throttle out for about 10 laps or so here on a fresh set of tires. Once you burn them in, though, that's when it goes more towards the overall control and the status of this race. Flying him up down right now. Tyler Orr trying to make a run off here with the 8 as he catches right up there with Dustin Sonaker and old Sparky. Not a driver I'm used to seeing kind of being put in the spot here with the top 5 area, but at least on iRacing anyway. But right now he is doing that and then some. Trying to keep himself neutral, calm, cool, and collective here in the big Kmart number 50. The Supras and Chevys are the only ones represented here today on PTM Racing TV. Unfortunately, we don't have any Fords out here. I don't know why. I love seeing my Fords out on the track here. And yes, you can come at me in the comment section for your little jokes and stuff, but I will not lie. I will not disagree what I know and I believe. Thank you very much. Coming right around here, down on turn 3 and 4, you can just see how high banked up Khan is, having to drive this thing into the ground while the rest of the field tries to catch up there with him. Wayman Jr. still holding off Dennis Warrington in the 90 while Chantel the throttle pile tries to make a little resurgence back up to the boys here. Last time we were at the Milwaukee Mile, it seemed like literally the throttle was going to have a war on her hands with Failer. And it was a battle and a half from the get-go. Unfortunately, with those last stage cautions, those last stage restarts and everything, the momentum was gone, the speed was unclear anymore, and everything just seemed very unchecked and unbalanced. And speaking of unbalanced, as Thanos would say, not this is the way they should be. He says he wants balance, well, he'll create balance, and the balance is the battle for your second place spot. 29 in the 90, Warrens in the 90, in the purple DeeDub. That kind of beer drinking whiskey style man maintenance old camp of William Mann Jr. in the 29, trying to hold back the speed and runs. The button boxes versus the whiskey drinkers. Which ones are gonna be? And don't answer that in the comment section. That's all I'm gonna tell you, folks. That's not me material for you. Warrens is giving it everything he's got though on that bottom lane while William Mann Jr. is holding on for dear life, just trying to get the outside at work, but the bottom is starting to grip just a slight bit more. You can see though, coming off those exits, you need the bottom to actually keep closer away from the wall and get more speed to carry from and really run off with. And Mann Jr. I think is well aware of that right now as you got guys still now moving through the chains here. Tyler Orr coming to back off as Thad Failer tries to march his way around. The Flying Dutchman, as we've nicknamed him on PTM Racing TV, is back to his utterly Dutchman ways. He's now moved the chains in, and where have I seen this before? 19 laps left to go, and the 42 and the 5 are going to redo their battle. The 5 was doing a great job conserving the tires and the fuel, but now Failer definitely not going to give an inch to that 5, but Corey Reed in the 27 kind of playing the equalizer to the 5, helping her around with that draft line, while at the same time using the 42 as a little bit of a pushing partner. Anybody's guess who comes out of this one here as the field starts to come closer and closer together. Pack's starting to form up here. Khan, the only one that's been able to escape any of these runs, any kind of these battles. Failer driving it hard up yet again, no dice. He's got all run, but it just doesn't have the dice to move in with. Absolutely incredible display of raw power and hard racing here by these drivers. And no one giving an inch, no one wanting to give out. That's what it's all about here on PTM Racing TV, and that's what the Pedal Miller Racing League is all about. They don't care how many you got. They don't care how many you bring to the table. All that matters is they want the best and the solidest of drivers to come out here and just have a good time. Folks that know how to race and folks that want to race with a lot of love and a lot of credibility in this sport here. Although there's a problem down there for the 5. And Chantel Bottle able to save it though. Smack dab on the wall, lost it off turn number 4. All that momentum and all that run lost literally in just a matter of a second. And now the field gonna make her pay for it. William Mann Sr. in the 57 putting the Dunder Mifflin machine right up ahead of that 5. He's a lap down, but he's not exactly caring about this one at the moment. He knows on these short tracks you just kind of got to race it hard, just got to do whatever you can to make anything work for you. That is his logic, that is the mindset. Jason Henry, really, I don't think we've talked about that Blackstone number 3 Chevrolet Camaro all day long. And right now he's hitting it up pretty solidly here, to say the least. Kind of at a rambunctious end here. Every single one of these drivers not done yet with 10 laps to go. Now comes the final hard charging moments. Oh, with that failure, looks like he might have overdone his tires just a little bit. Burns up a lot of that run and burns up a lot of that momentum. Wayman Jr. has done the same as Dennis Warren. Sneaks away from him there, taking second over. There ain't no way Warrens will catch Con here. Con's just way too far back out, but there is certainly a battle of brewing here on PTM Racing TV. Take it down to the chopper cam. Let's look at this. The three of Jason Henry and William Mann Jr. at each other's game plan here. Henry is not a cat you can take lightly. He's got a race win here on PTM Racing TV. He already knows what it takes to win, but that bobble hitting off a corner number 1 actually will cost him a little bit, but it doesn't seem to faze him. Usually for most drivers, once you babble that wall protection, you get a little bit loosed up. It kind of hurts you to run off more than anything. Matthew Hoffer just kind of driving on instinct, driving on survival terrain. 6 laps left. And Con now looks like I think he's decided that it's just time to do his thing and do his own little thing here. He's going to have a little fun with this one, I bet ya. Mike right out in his way and in his sights. Jason Henry has taken over the 3rd place spot away from the 29 of William Mann Jr. Mann Jr. still not out of this one yet, though. He's going to try to hope for a top 5 position finish as he's got 4 laps to go. That failure right now, trying to make a run there on Corey Reed as well as William Mann Jr. Corey Reed right now driving it harder off into that run in the back straightaway. Big solid moves, big solid battles here. Every single one of these drivers not giving an inch. This is for the 4th slot. 3 laps to go. Anybody's guess, anybody's race, who will take that one home? Rear Reed trying to make a move in a last-ditch effort here. Has not given out. Con literally has just completely vanished in past the shadow realm. Now he's literally in the heavens above with only 2 to go. He'll have to see something a little different though. Green turns to white. White flag is out for Robert Con. Could be another solid day in performance here, but there's a battle finishing up though between Jason Henry and Dennis Warren's last-ditch effort as Robert Con sends it on its way to victory lane. He'll park it down to the winner's circle. But we've got a battle here for second to the end. Lining them up in position. Henry with a last-ditch effort to the inside. Warrens goes too hard and goes 3rd for the race position. Oh my lord. Wayman Jr. holds off Corey Reed. He'll go 4th, and Corey Reed finishes top 5 in this one. An impressive race. And pretty clean, I may add, here for Bristol. I mean, well, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's only lost 1 time in this entire season. And he just continues to meet the mean streak on. Robert Con will pull away with yet another W. And shades of Alan Kowicki a little bit with his Polish lap in kind of a different form or fashion, if you will. Although I don't think he can drift it all the way up there around there that long there, Con. Nice try, though. Alright, race results are now in. Race fans, let's take a look at this one. Your first place finisher will be the Rattlesnake yet again here. Robert Con tops away with the W. Second goes to Jason Henry, number 3. And Dennis Warrens will go in 3rd with the 90 car. William Mann Jr. solid performance in the 29 with the 27. Corey Reed going 5th. 6th to the 42 at that failure. 7th to Tyler Orrick. 8th to Matthew Hoffert. 9th to Mike Rideout. And Dustin Stoneacre going 10th. Rounds out your grading finish here today for these drivers in this field, presented in part by our good friends over at Southern Country Code tonight. Alright, race fans, when we come back, we're going to listen in to the drivers and listen to what their thoughts are on this one. Stay tuned. Top 3 interview in just a moment.
Introducing RS30 Ultra. The first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. Officially licensed by Microsoft, RS30 brings next-level realism to your racing sims. Sense the road, know your vehicle, and get faster lap times as you tear through the track. Dual helical gear motors give you more torque than traditional gear drive motors, with the same smoothness and quietness of a belt drive motor. Experience a stunning 6 Newton meters of torque, the most torque per dollar than any other wheel, and fast, accurate feedback with 0 dead zones. Feel every nuance and know exactly when you're understeering, oversteering, or losing traction. Spring-loaded pedals give you responsive throttle modulation and brake progression for absolute control and precision, just like the real thing. 2 additional paddles can be used as clutch and e-brake, or as pedal-free throttle and brakes. A rotation switch lets you easily toggle between simulation racing and arcade-style racing. Even the diameter of the wheel is calibrated to exact race car specifications. And an easy share button lets you save and share your best laps with a simple push. From the metal build to the suede wheel and steel pedals, every detail is dialed to give the entire system a high-end feel. Get better, go faster, win more, and enjoy every second of it. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. RS30 Ultra by GTR Simulator. Go fast.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on PTM Racing TV. Now joining me here is your second place finisher here today, here in Bristol Motor Speedway. Another solid performance by Jason Henry as he brings this one into the field and into a solid second with a battle and a half there with Dennis Warren's. First off, congratulations on that, Henry. I know you had a lot going on your mind, really a lot on your plate there with this one, but boy, did you sure come alive on that one.
Yeah, I did. It was a really fun race.
It was a really fun race. Definitely a bit of a good showing here as well. I mean, let's ask about this though here, man. You were coming kind of down to the wire. Things were getting a little bit crazy. It seemed like Warren's lost a lot of speed there. Were you just kind of saving tires up, or did you just go for broke?
I was working towards saving tires.
Folks, maybe a little technical difficulties on Henry's end. Yeah, it's kind of cutting in and out here, Henry, to be honest with you.
What about now? I've tried something different.
Yep, I think we got it.
Yeah, I was really just working on saving tires today. I was hoping for a long run.
Still cutting out pretty bad, I guess, here. We've got the long run here, but Henry, I'll just ask this if we can get this one in real quick here, bud. But you're coming away second here today on a solid performance, so I'll ask you this. Who do you want to thank you for that one? I think we're just going to have to kind of cut it on that one here, guys. Well, Henry, though, we do appreciate coming on board here, sir. Thanks again for your time, and well, hopefully we get those audio issues figured out here soon enough. That's a darn shame we couldn't get the full interview in with him there, though. But ladies and gentlemen, here he comes now in here as we celebrate here. Robert Kahn pops away with yet another W and another victory here on PTM Racing TV. Congratulations on that, Robert. And seemed like really this car was just destined to kind of get a long run and long straight here for you and your field. Kahn, you got a copy? Hold on a minute, folks. I am having all sorts of troubles tonight with the audio, I guess. We're trying to get him in here. We're trying to get a talk with him. All right, Kahn, you got a copy, sir? Give us a second here, folks. We'll give him one more chance. Kahn, you got it now?
Yeah, I got you now.
All right, so we'll go ahead and just say it again here. You go ahead and you're running hard, you run this thing into the ground yet again. You had to start from the back, of course, and it seemed like really the tires just did not take too much of a beating compared to what everyone else is feeling. How were you able to keep that car so online and in control, really?
I take it easy on the car at the beginning of the runs. I don't run it hard as it can, and And then towards the end of them, I just learned that you get a lot, it starts picking up speed if you save at the beginning. So they were rough. I mean, coming out of exit, they would get a little bit light, but in the long run, they just pushed. So it was a lot of off throttle time.
Certainly was a little bit of off throttle time, a lot of hard cornering, and a lot of hard charges there from positions. Now, I'll ask you this real quick: is I think you've only really lost one race this entire season. I mean, how does it really feel knowing that you really took it on all the toughest of tracks here, from road courses to short tracks, to mile and a half, and even the big tracks?
It feels pretty good, to be honest. I mean, because the last couple of seasons I've had have not been that great. I mean, I've won races, so I got to be thankful about that part of it. But this season's just been, everything's been putting together right, and just getting a good streak of luck. Believe it or not, I think I finally got the points lead. Thad was in front for the last all the races, so it's hard to beat someone who's good like that and consistently finishes behind you. It makes you work.
So that makes you work, makes you want to just drive that thing a little harder to the ground, and you're doing it definitely here today. So I'm going to ask you this real quick, as you come away with the W, who do you want to thank you for this one?
I want to thank you, PTM as a general. It's a great league. Happy to have everybody who's a part of it. I want to thank Gearhead Coffee for being there with us. I still drink their coffee, so they're real good. But everybody involved, just real thankful for everybody.
To share there, we're definitely thankful to have you come on board yet again. Your con, congratulations on this race win.
Thanks, dude. Have a good one, man.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, Rattlesnake Robert Kahn pops away yet again with another victory here, as Dennis Warrens will have to be a little bit off the call list today here. Looks like he sounds like he has some technical difficulties of his own down there, so a big congratulations to him getting that third place finish. And really a hot battle there with Henry to the end there. But nevertheless, race fans, that's pretty much all going to do it here tonight for your Gearhead Coffee 120 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. A special shout out and thank you to GTR Racing Simulator, DeeDub Button Boxes, Butt Kicker Company, Gearhead Coffee themselves as well, Ooze Motorsports, FEGPC.net, Man's Maintenance, Barrytown Cleaners, Lightning Wraps, Southern Country Co., and Grid Finder for everything. A big thank you to all of them and then some. To all you fans at home that tuned on into these shows, thank you so much for everything again. From all of us here at PTM Racing TV, we appreciate you. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow night. Pushing Limits Racing League has another showcase to come up with. For now, though, stay safe and be good. Take care of yourselves out there.